question asked is, are we relevant to the process? Okay, the good news is that we are relevant, and we will break down later on in details on how this whole program can be retrofitted back to ISO 22301. For some of you who have seen me for the last few years, remember we went into any standards. Tomorrow we can be doing BS 25999, next day we are using SS 540, we go down under, we are using Australian standard 5050. It doesn't really matter. The process is always the same, but the difficult part is to manage the differences, and that's where the gap comes in. All right, so in BCM Institute, we started off with project plan management. When we do the SS 540, I took it out because SS 540 is written on the premise that you have completed your project and you're on program management mode. Now, the ISO standard, unfortunately or fortunately, brought this back. Before you go into certification, you must get your policy, your senior management involvement, the scope and everything. These are project management issues. Unfortunately, but ISO has just brought everything back. And we were just lucky that it went back to project management. So project management is going to be the heaviest load in any implementation. You must get that right. The rest is going to be simple retrofitting if you have a BCM program. Risk analysis is the same, but beware, the new ISO requirement covers a lot. And the worst thing they have done is to throw in, if you are not sure, use 31,000 standard. We just opened another can of worms. We don't even know what is 22301. Now you want to do risk analysis, must follow 31,000, which is not auditable, right? Which they will be in the next few years. So what they are doing is they just open up one extra field to a new set of standards. All right, then we do the business impact analysis. Again, this is nothing new to you. We call it critical business function. They call it activities. Okay, which I will tell you exactly what will stand. I will still call it critical business function because we're running commercially. We're running business. All right, so this is one thing. Next, we talk about recovery strategy. Again, no change, no major change. In fact, the ISO standard in recovery strategy has come back to where we started originally, about 5 years ago. A lot of people think that recovery strategy is just to identify how many more extra tables and chairs at the alternate site. No. We are actually going to the concept of how do we continue from a strategic point of view, rather than just purely looking at, okay, we have a recovery site, we can recover, and that's the strategy recover. We work from home, we work from our offsite. No, we are not doing that. We are doing a lot more. Okay, the other, I just want to highlight to you, every single slide that I'm presenting here is in the workbook. All right, so if you need to, don't have to write on white paper, every single slide is there. Okay, last but not least is to write the plan, and then of course testing, exercising. These are all standard up to the program management. The last part of program management is actually focusing on what? On the ISO requirement. Remember, how many of you have done ISO certification before? Raise your hand. Just raise your hand. Then I get a few of. Okay, for those who have done ISO, this is not uncommon. Management review, continuous improvement, corrective action, all right, preventive and corrective action, something like that. So all these are ISO requirements. Unfortunately, when you're going ISO 22301, you have to do that. And this is the weakest link in all BCM professional. I remember the first 2-3 clients that I've started, it was a nightmare because we are very good at implementing BCM, but we are very lousy at ISO. And then the auditors coming in don't know BCM. So what they do? They audit ISO. I'm not joking. That's where we got caught pens down, really. So they do not touch anything on BCM. Say, Dr. Goh is here, BCM should be okay. But you don't have management review, you don't have continuous improvement, and so on and so forth. I say, okay, those are not BCM. Say, sorry, ISO. All right, so be very mindful. We are now going to ISO requirement. Please comply.